Hello again. It's day 2 of Brahms Waltz in A flat major, and I'm a little bit intimidated now. Yesterday I worked myself through the whole piece and wrote the chords underneath, which went quite well. They are mostly diatonic chords, so no big surprises here. Just one G7 chord in between 2 C minor chords, so I think it might work as a secondary dominant here. It's a surprising color in there, but it's something that after a quick thought makes sense. So that's what it looks like now for the chords written underneath. And I colored repetitions. So for example, this yellow part here is repeated here. These ones here in red, I noticed that they are bigger than an octave. It's a 10th, and I show you my tiny fingers. So this is an octave. This is a 9th. I could probably reach that as well, but even if I stretch my fingers at maximum, I could never ever reach a 10th. This one here, to play it solid, is simply impossible for me. But this piece has a lot of arpeggiated chords, so I simply have to play like this. Also yesterday I listened to the piece and found some recordings that I like and some that I dislike. When you listen to recordings, they are all played by really great pianists. You cannot say that this is a bad artist doing bad things here, but although it's the same music, it sounds different, and I found some interpretations that I really like, that touched my heart, and some that to me sounded a little bit less emotional. So I listened to the ones that I like to get inspired how I want to interpret it. Of course, I will never be able to play it that way, but at least you can, get some inspiration here. So today I wanted to get a little bit more familiar with the key, and I practiced the scale and the chords. The chords in inversion with both hands, and also as arpeggios. And then I picked another piece, which is a lot easier. It's also a waltz. It's called Waltz Sentimental No. 1 by Eric Christian von Fricken. He's a contemporary composer, but very much attached to Chopin, so all his pieces sound a little bit like Chopin music, but a lot easier. And I bought some music from him recently because I really love it. So yeah, I think I can get the link somewhere here. I love this piece because it's in F minor, so the relative to A flat major, 4 flats to get a little bit used to that. But the piece is a lot easier. It's also a waltz, so I'm not too far away from the Brahms piece. And it's just a kind of a light relief, because it can really be frustrating when you're only practicing one thing that is so difficult and you don't see instant progress. Yes, well, and then back to the Brahms piece, which took me lots of time single-handedly. So I tried to get familiar with the chords, with the hand positions, and I concentrated already on a relaxed wrist and on a soft tone. I tried to make it possible that the tones kind of glide into each other and that it's not so separated, which I find really tricky. I'm not sure about my paddling. I will ask my teacher if I'm doing it right at the right positions, because I think sometimes it sounds a little bit muddy. So if I don't change it often enough, but if I change it at certain points, it feels chopped. It's not smooth. And I try to concentrate already on the overall musicality. A lot of wrist relaxation, because I want to do many things right from the beginning, so that I do not have to unlearn bad habits or to add more and more to an already established result. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm doing all things right, and there's so much to concentrate on, but I think that if I already establish big movements, that they will get into my muscle memory, and then later, when the piece is faster, these movements will become a little bit smaller, but they are still there, and they make, I hope, the tone soft and smooth and delicate and melancholic and romantic. What I did already is concentrate on the voicing, because the melody tone, the highest tone, needs to be heard most. So it's not. It's. Both together is a mess. Both hands together is so exhausting. It's like my head is exploding. But yeah, you can guess what it's supposed to sound like. I can hear the melody already.